Oh my god, it's wetter than Harvey Price's chin. Welcome to Lights Out League Racing Season 25, Race 9. And we're at a very wet and damp Zandvoort in the Netherlands. When you thought it couldn't get tricky enough with this track, this game throws in another spanner. And this can throw anything. I couldn't tell you. You have your suspicions of who's going to capitalise on good fortune and pace, and this just completely throws it all out the window. So I couldn't tell you who's going to win. Yeah, I was literally about to say pretty much standard weather in the Netherlands. It's pretty standard weather in the UK. It's absolutely pissed it down today. Freezing cold. Like first week it's been freezing cold in ages. I'm still in shorts. I'm one of them. I'm in shorts weather, so. But who's going to complain? Not me. I like the wet. And I'm sure there's not many drivers on the grid now that will be loving the wet. It is temperamental weather in Zandvoort because with the location of its seaside resort town, you're going to get those interchangeable weather. Will it be fully wet in qualifying? Will it carry over to the race? We'll never know. But what we'll do is we'll jump on a hot lap with Looper, who's going to be the first one to set a flying lap in quali, going down what would be the only DRS zone. No, not the only one. The second DRS zone of the lap. The start of this one as we head down turn 1 of Tarzan. You're going to click the apex, open up the exit. Flat out, not in these conditions though. Don't touch that curb or you will be flying off. As we hit to the best line on turn 3 is going up wide, up the bank, and then open up that corner. If you're trying on the inside, you're going to lose a lot of traction. Through turns 4 and 6, sweeping bends as we hit turn 7, end of sector 1, turn 7-3. Again, you can go pretty much flat out, let off slightly, which you're going to have to do in these conditions. Flat out through turn 8, and then turn 9. You want to go turn in late, which is done a little bit early there, which has compromised this corner. Turn 10, a nice sweeping inside corner, easy to lose traction on the exit. You would open up that DRS, but we haven't got it currently. And then the end of sector 2 with a 54.6. Late braking and nearly losing control. Turn 12, you want to hug that inside line. Again, open that corner. Use as much of the exit curve as possible without touching the grass like I did. And normally you'd take as much speed through that corner. Look, you can see how difficult it is in these conditions. On the banked corner of turn 14, flat out to the line and gets a 1:18.5, which I think will be beaten. You can see how tricky it is. As we've got 1 or 2 crossing the line now. And next one's Barca as Looper has managed to get the quickest time currently as well. It clicks by Barca, the 17.8. And I think what we'll do is as Callum is going across the line, I think he's going to set the early pace. No, Barcelona's setting the early pace. 18.1 from Callum. And try 3, setting his first lap for Lights Out League Racing. And we'll let everybody set a few laps. I think what we'll be seeing is a few laps flying in as Leon sets his first lap, original P5. AJ just coming around the final corner. And he hasn't gone very quick there at all. I think he's gone off, or he's set himself a warm-up lap or a slower lap as Terry's is invalidated. He's not going to improve. Who's next to come round? And Katamise has gone off, and he's been hit with Try. And who's the Alpine as well? Is that Wesker? Try's got a grid penalty for colliding with Katamise. You've got to stay out of the way. I think that's Saget coming over again. He can't really be dropping. Who's next? Let's see who's down. He's not next. He's still in the first sector. Quite difficult with as Callum is going over again as he improves his time. He hasn't. He's going for another hot lap. Got the Mercedes of Try going over again. Yeah, it's quite difficult when it's wet track because everyone is setting multiple laps, as we just see Wesker set his first time away on 31.7. We've got AJ coming over the line to set his first real lap time and goes up to provisional P6 for 1:18.7. So showing what a good first lap that was from Barcelona. Who have we got? Is that... I'm a bit shite with colours at the moment. Cygate next one to cross the line. And says P9, but Dan Morris slots in behind his teammate, go provisional P3. Is that Adam coming next? No, someone's in the pits. Wesker not able to find his pace quite yet, as Barca extends his lead even more with a 17.2, and I'm sure he's been hiding, and it looks like potentially the rain has gone. Looper, the first one to switch over to softs by the look of it, as that's eclipsed by Callum with his first one into the 16s with a 16.9. Callum last week, of course, in Qatar wasn't really... well, some drivers would say he was quite dominant, but he wasn't as Catanese. Gets himself up to P3. I think that was Terry's getting himself up to P6. No, it wasn't. He's already on that. AJ jumping in with a P3. Be happy with that lap. You can see the times are dropping. 1 or 2 are jumping into the pits now, looking to go on those softs, and that'll show that true pace that people have got. As Cygate's coming around for another lap, and doesn't improve in his position, stays P12. I think he was followed by Dan, who stays P5. I think that was Marty, yeah, got himself up to P10. And while all these times are flicking round, and this track is dry, the game is assigned it dry. When DRS is activated, it's dry. As Callum's diving in the pits now, I think we'll see a lot of people in the pits. So what I'll do is a little bit of housekeeping. As I think that was Marinello setting his first lap, getting provisional P9. So yeah, a bit of housekeeping. Leon, we'll start with him, getting up to provisional P3, still on the inters. I think we'll see a load of people dive in for the softs. Filling in for Amadi today in the Red Bull. So we want to get as much points for the constructors fight. We've got Noodles, who's moved over from Aston to Red Bull. There was an empty seat, so he's a big Red Bull fan at his home race. As Dan Morris on inters sets a provisional pole of a 16.6. That will be jumped by the softs, but he'll be chuffed with that as Marty goes up to P3. And Marty, welcome to him for his first race of Lights Out League Racing. He was on in the stream last week, and he's taken a step further and joined us on track, filling in for Portuguese Beast. And we've got Marinello, first race for him as well. Welcome to him. In the empty Aston Martin seat. We'll see what he can do. Joining Kick Melody. We've got Tristan, I think his name is, on the empty Mercedes. His first race with us at Lights Out League Racing. Be interesting to see what he can do. And welcome back to Puris Podolski. He was with us a couple of weeks ago. And it'll be interesting to see. He hasn't yet to set a time, but I'm sure we'll see something from him. And Dan will be going in the pits for some softs. Marty will be jumping in the pits as well. I think the first one's on a proper flying lap is Adam. Currently nearly 9/10 up on his time after the second sector. No, first sector. My eyes deceive me. My eyes deceive me. Praise the Lord. As He jumped up there. I think that was Terry's doing another lap on the enters, but you're best jumping in the pits, my friend. Get on some softs and don't waste no time. Hello, Roy. Yeah, let's root on Marisnello. And Adam's coming around the final corner, setting the first time on softs than anyone, and we'll go provisional pole with a 15.3. Is the track really damp? Because I'm thinking that I'll go heading more towards the 110, surely. It must be really, really damp. As Kick. Melody gets down to provisional P5. We've Academy's on a hot lap. Barca's now on a hot lap. Out lap there for the Mercedes. I can't keep up with this. Red Bull of Noodles. Nope, it's an RB. Alright, let's have a look. It must be. Yeah, we've got Callum, who's 2.9 seconds up currently, which is getting to the 114, so he's going to be in the 113s. This track is drying, and this is going to run to whoever's the last runner on the track, potentially could get on pole. Gets a 12.9. Looper gets up to a 13.8. Times are dropping fast. Adam screeches into the pits, and there's that his teammate Wesker coming round. Wesker gets up to provisional P2 on 13.4. Barca 13 flat. And AJ, you can see these times just absolutely dropping. AJ a 13.3 with the quickest final sector. Got Castanese, who comes around, gets P5. Currently with a 13.8. Podolski getting himself with his first flying lap up to provisional P8. Terry, get out on that track, mate. As Leon now setting himself a flying lap. Tristan on a flying lap. Sygate's now starting his flying lap as well. Marty's just starting. Dan's just starting. As that was Noodles getting himself to provisional P7 on his home race. And who was that off? Tristan's gone off. Coming out of turn 3. Got to stay out of people's hot laps though. Which I think he did well to stay out of the McLaren's way. I think when it's done a flying lap, diving into the pits, Barca's going round again for another hot lap. So he's Katami's diving in. And that was Leon 1:11.4. Wow, these times are dropping. This track is drying. First one is to 1:11s. We will see the 1:10s to 1:11.4. I can't keep up. I can't call this. Who's coming round? Who's coming round? Oh, the excitement. Oh. As Dan Morris now goes 1:11.3. Noodles getting himself up to provisional P4. Red Bull's currently looking good, but times are dropping as Lupin now goes into 1:11 flat. It's whoever's last out on track now. It's going to be an absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Fastest coming around. Is he going to go in the pits? Has he improved? Or is he going to continue his lap? It looks like he's going in. We've got Terry's starting his flying lap. Kick is going round, and that was Podolski, I think. Yeah, Podolski getting himself up to P6. Yeah, these times are... You gotta love it. You've gotta love it. Dan Morris needs to get in, get out on some fresh softs if he wants any chance of pole. And what happened there? Was that Marty? think that was Marty. Lost traction on the final corner and went splat into the wall. He's lucky not to smash his car up and get knocked out. What have you done, you silly sausage? So we'll see what Terry's can do. He's 4.5 seconds up, which will get him to the 12.6s. So currently we'll get him about P6. Can he get any higher than that? Has he found any time in this final sector? And goes up to provisional pole, the 1:10.8. He'll be chuffed with that, and this track is dry. Drier than bananas. What can Maranello do? Up to P14, so he's got time to find. Academy starting a hot lap. The other Aston starting a hot lap. Harris will be absolutely chuffed with that. So this is it now. Last run. Last run for everyone. You've got to hook this lap up. Williams are the bread and the grid is the sandwich filling currently, but that will change. And I'll do my best to keep up with these, but I think times are going to be flying. And everyone will be out on track. If they're not, what are you doing? Currently Looper's in, but he's got to be coming out. He is. So has he got enough time to get around the track? It's going to be tight. Has he got enough time to make it? So we'll see what Sygate can do. Surely he's got plenty of time to find. He's currently already 3.1 seconds off. Looper's going to have to hurry up. It's tight. Getting out of the way of these fast runners on a hot lap. As Maranello now goes on provisional pole with a 1:10.8. Katamis a 1:10.4. I can't call this, boys and girls. I can't call this. Sygate comes around turn 12. Around the final corner, turn 14. Looking good. How much is he going to improve? Goes up to P5, 1:11.1. I think that will be eclipsed slightly. Right. Who's he got next? Loop is invalidated. He's got enough time to get 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, he timed that to perfection. I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what. AJ crosses the line, gets up to finish pole, 1:10.3. Who's next? Tries to smashes out on the last corner. He's not going to improve. He's down on his time. He's best going in the pits. He's struggling. Who's next to cross the line? Terry's now going for pole, 1:10.3, just ahead. It's not Dan. It's Callum. Callum's a 1:09 flat. Whoa! Whoa! Mariners has not improved. Leon gets up to provisional P2. Wesker P3. It's one of the Ferraris. It's Barcelona. What can Barcelona do? Provisional P2, the 1:97. Adam gets a 1:96. Can Katamis get any higher than he is? He's way down. Next is Dan Morris. P5. I think it's Sygate and Looper. Looper's the last one. He got over the line just in time, so we'll have the best track. And gets P7 for the 1:10.1. Oh, I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath. I haven't even done any of my normal jokes. I haven't even done my normal facts. It's just been absolute bang, bang, bang. And Callum shows his pace and hooked that lap up to perfection with a full 6 tenths ahead of Adamako. Wow. Wow. And you're starting 3 there. But you're finishing 3 in the last race. Wow. I've been joined in the chat. Hi Tristan, you're right. You might want to turn your volume down on your stream, mate. I got big feedback. How are you? Yeah, good. Cheers, mate. Thanks for joining us. You're live on the stream, by the way.
That was a bit
Yeah, you look like you struggled on turn 14. I'm just going to quickly go through the standings 1 second. I've got Callum on pole, joined with Adam, Barca, Leon, Noodles in his home race, not even in the top 10. All the Dutch boys, all 5 of them in situ. And Tristan, who's with us now, starting at the back, but at least he gets to watch the carnage. I guess you, how was it on track?
Difficult, really. You know, when it starts to rain, it's going to be difficult and everything. But like, I'm looking forward to make my debut in this league, which will be pretty fun.
Yeah, well, it's you see, it's a bit of a mixed abilities, and people are learning. We've got Melody who's in chat now saying that he's first time on the wheel, so he'll be having a lot of fun. And as I can see, it's raining as well. You got your setup set up for that?
Yes. Well, mine's more of a dry one. I kind of gambled and got it wrong, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
Oh, it looks like it's raining like a cow pissing on a flat piece of stone. It's mad.
Well, it says it's going to dry up, which is nice.
Well, who do you reckon's going to win? Do you reckon Callum's going to take it? He looked strong last week.
Yeah, I do.
But this wet weather can throw anything up, so who knows? Yeah, jump on at the end if you want, or if you don't make it, you're welcome to join in the chat. Okay, see you in a bit. Enjoy your race. This is Zandvoort, 4.2 kilometre clockwise circuit, 14 corners, 10 to the right, 4 to the left, and 2 DRS zones. Will we see them? Who knows? Tristan does say that it will dry up. Callum is leading the way with Adam just behind him. Barcelona currently in P3, and we'll have a look. Everyone is on the inters, as I suspected. Zandvoort first opened in 1948. Part of the post-war motorsport movement throughout Europe, along with tracks like Silverstone. The track itself was originally made up of permanent circuit and public roads, snaking through the sand dunes of the resort town of Zandvoort, like I said earlier, which is playing its part towards the conditions. First GP happened 1952, where it was a Ferrari 1-2-3. You didn't get the 2 teams like you do these days. I think there's only a handful of car manufacturers that actually competed on the calendar on and off up to 1985. There was originally planned to come back on the calendar in 2020, but COVID, so it was postponed, and we were welcomed back in 2021 to the delight of all the Dutch fans, which you've got quite a few in the chat. Who do I reckon's going to win? I'm going to go Barca for the win. Adam's going to stay P2. Dan P3. And it's lights out. And away we go. What a shit. There we go. That's better. Codemaster's doing its thing. And it's going to be a tricky first corner. I'll be surprised if we don't see any wheel banging. There's 1 or 2 little bumps, but everyone looks like they got away well. The McLaren of Dan Morris goes off the track there with a little bit of a bump and loses a couple of places. Noodles just dropped down a bit. No, it is Dan's the biggest mover, and it's unfortunate for him. AJ, one of the biggest movers with Sygate. Sygate going up to P10. He'll be happy with that. And Pobodowski in the Ferrari. Looking strong, filling in for Kiesa. And, has my heart racing those first 2 corners. It's tricky enough in dry, let alone in the wet conditions. We've got a yellow flag, and that's the Mercedes of Tristan struggling to get around. It'll be interesting to hear of what assists he's using and what setup he's got. Head down, everyone gets points for finishing. And it's all practice if you haven't done these conditions before. Look, it's looking like Bambi and Ice there. But keep going, my friends, keep going. And Callum managed to keep in front. Top 5 keeping their positions. Luca losing a couple, but going strong with Katames right on his gearbox. Katames, I think it'll be stupid to have those 0-0 wings. Looking at the inside, but Luca had better traction off the corner on the outside of the hairpin. Going into turn 2 and turn 3, and Katames riding on the curve. He's had to let off a little bit, and Luca keeps his position. So with all the while, Terry's is looking to capitalise. Very strong runner, Terry's. It's Katames, what are you doing there? You can't overtake there. You didn't have the room. Choose your overtaking spots wisely, especially in these conditions, and especially your setup. You'll get skinned like a cat otherwise. As Maranello makes his first official on-track overtake for Lights Out League Racing and gets ahead of Cygate through turn 9. And great overtake as Noodles looking to follow through as well. On to turn 11 on the inside, and late braking, fantastic overtake. Cygate saw him come, left him plenty of room. Great racing. And Noodles up to P11, following his compatriot through. As Callum sets another fastest lap and managed to break whatever DRS there would be. I think for Adam, while the Katames does get ahead of Luca down to turn 1. Bit more of a clean move there as Podolski does the same move on the outside. Cygate's struggling a little bit in these conditions. For what advantage he got from the start, he's just dropped a couple of positions now, just needs to settle himself. As you heard, Tristan, that should dry up, so we'll see an array of strategies as Marty's right on the back of Cygate now, looking to overtake, but not being stupid like Katames did, and try and overtake. And through those F-bends, it's not the place to do it. And not quite close enough to make the move. Katames is right on the gearbox of AJ now. He's getting held up by Wesker. Katames looking on the inside of turn 11. AJ riding the curb too much on 12. Could open up the corner for Katames, who drifts round turn 13. Has he got the speed off 14? And is flying. Katames jumps into the slipstream of AJ. Is he close enough to make the move? Can't see because of the spray. He takes a look, but no, not quite there. Wesker, the cork in the bottle for this train, as Marty does make the move on Cygate now. Can Dan go through as well? He does. Has to brake late though to avoid hitting Marty. Kick Melody as well. Good to have him back. He missed last week. And it is his first race on wheel. So just today's a practice race for him. And what better way to christen your wheel than in the wet. And Tristan is pit. I think he had a bit of damage. Oh, keep it on the track. Keep it on the track. We don't want a safety car. Oh! And I think if we're lucky to keep his wing intact, he has. Keep going, buddy. Keep going. Callum now almost he is 2 seconds ahead of Adamako. Adam's got Barcelona for company. As I said earlier, this was your finishing 3 last week in Qatar. But if it turns dry, who's going to be the brave one and pump that shotgun? Leon looking strong. 1.7 seconds behind, solidifying that P4 for now. Problem with Leon, he normally ends up from his own mistakes or a little bit of love taps from someone else. Doesn't keep that position, but if he carries on, he'll be happy with his P4, and so will Amadi, getting valuable points for Red Bull. Still holding up. He's brought Luca into play as Martin Podolski fighting, coming down to turn 2 and 3. But Marty's just ahead. It is tricky in these conditions to take those corners. Dan is right up behind. We've got a yellow flag. I think that's not Kristen. I think it was actually. As he's getting lapped now. I think he was just moving out the way of the cars lapping him. AJ's want to get us past Wesker as much as possible. Wesker's showing up his Maranello overtaking Terry's into turn 11. Terry's left him plenty of room, looking to switch back. He'll have the outside of turn 13. Maranello brakes, this little tap of the wheels there. It is hard to brake in these conditions. No, Leon gets an Italian hand gesture. There's speed in the pit lane, no, and he is the first one to pull the trigger and go on some dry tyres. Is it the right thing to do? If it is, he can make those 10 seconds back easily. As Catanese goes in as well on the hards, looking to go to the end of the race. 30 laps on hards. Oh, you're asking a lot, my friend. But he's the one that can do it. As Kick Melody goes in as well and goes on some soft, so he'll definitely have to stop again. Potentially expecting a safety car, but Leon, oh my gosh, Italian hand gesture. But we'll see how he closes on side gate, and that's a yellow flag it is. The Mercedes letting cars pass. So we'll check at this time as Terry's overtaking Noodles, but ends up going wide and off the track on turn 9. Broke late, has lost a couple of positions because of that. That is unlucky. Leon is not catching Cygate currently, so it's not the correct move so far. As soon as that time starts dropping, you know the time's quick enough, as Callum's still setting fastest laps. But he's got by Adam on the inters. I think he's gone a bit early, and Catanese. As AJ and Lupa both going in the pits now. Have they've been fooled by the others? As Cygate is going in and Podolski all going on some dry tyres. Okay, we'll see how the guys ahead do, but they're not going to get leaped by the cars behind. They were slower. As AJ is using the barrier as a guide. Don't go over that line. Oh! Leon has been jumped by AJ and Lupa. Now we'll see AJ's time against Dan Morris. It could be short-term pain for long-term gain. I'm on the game. I'm an absolute frosty. For long-term gain. 10-7. So the time is dropping. The time is now to go in the pits, I think. As Dan managed to make the overtake on Terry's. Gets himself up to P8. Will we see the front runners going in the pits? As Callum is still quicker. And that is the Mercedes. As Barcelona of the front runners, first one to go on the dry tyres. This could be Barcelona's time. As you can see, AJ's tyres getting closer to Terry's. As Maranello goes through as well. The Noodles and Marty both jumping in the pits. Also on the mediums with Lupa and Podolski went on the hard, so potentially looking to go to the end. As Barcelona has come out ahead of Dan. Noodles coming out. And was it not your track mate? No, that's right. Did you turn the stream down against light, mate? We've got feedback on it. Lovely. Yes, like you see, yeah, lovely, thank you. Yeah, it's like I said, it will start going dry, and it's who pulls the trigger first, which I think Barcelona's jumped on the mediums. The guys ahead are still setting faster laps, but we'll see what Barcelona can do. We've got Dan Morris running on his gearbox, but Dan still has to pit and get off these inters. And Wesker's dived in, so It would have been either him or Adam who had to go first. Marinella's gone in as well. Are they going to be brave and go on hards? Wesker's gone on hards. I don't think hard's going to go to the end though, surely. What do you think? 27 laps? Barcelona 23.4 behind Adam. They are quick ahead of him, but this will show if they are losing time or not. They are. He's dropping now, so they're going to lose 10th to him. This could put Barca potentially in a net P1 position, and the game's decided it's dry. What did you struggle with then? Was it your setup or it's just conditions? It's a tricky one to navigate, especially in those conditions. Like I say, those tight bank corners it's hard to go side by side anyway, let alone in the spray. So Barcelona's remained in P3. Actually lost quite a bit of time, and same with Adam behind Callum. Really slow pit stops from them then. So they stayed in situ, but AJ is the one that's capitalised up to P4, managed to get past Wesker, and we've got a yellow flag. It's for Ferrari. Podolski's lost it in turn 3. It looked like on the entry, so whether he touched the curb on turn 2 and went flying. I know plenty of people have done that in their practice sessions. Have you done much practice for this race? What's your favourite tracks? Well, we've got Silverstone next week. If you're feeling lucky. 100% race as well. I've heard of our special races, yeah. Sets the men from the boys out one. As Leon and Marty both taking advantage of the DRS. Down to turn 1. Leon up to P6, so he did lose a couple of positions because he pit early onto the dries. Dan and Sygate do exactly the same move. And to get ahead of Terry's and Podolski, respectively. He's looking to slide back from down, but I don't think he'll switch back. Not close enough. Have you done much league racing before? Is this your first league race? Callum takes the provisional fastest lap of a 14.5, and you can see these times are dropping as the same as in quali. As the track dries, these lap times are full. And Adam's maintaining that distance behind. Barcelona's slightly catching to Adam. So Barcelona's showing some secret pace that he hasn't really shared in chat, as Leon has taken Wesker down to turn 1. And Leon putting that buffer between AJ and Wesker now. As Luca's overtaking his team. Oh, they nearly took each other out. They do turn 2, but left each other's plenty of space as Terry's returns the favour on Dan. And gets himself back up to P12. If I do recall, these guys had a good battle a couple of weeks ago. And I'm sure they'll be doing that as Leon's dropped a couple of places. Gone off on turn 7, I think that was. I think that probably his own doing. He didn't look like he was battling anybody. his wing is intact, so he can keep going. So, what do you reckon? Do you reckon they're going to have to have another pit stop? Is it supposed to rain again? It's still looking a bit overcast. Yeah, some people have gone for the hards. I personally think they'll wear quite a lot towards the end. The ones on mediums definitely will have to pit again. A Melody, yeah, enough said. Western Asnello. We've got Leon behind as well, and as you can see, actually, there's quite a big train there down to Noodles in P10. That DRS zone down to turn 1 is going to play a big part. It's just these two RBs. We've got to think about the team points, not about positions. Marty taking a big risk there, nearly losing his wing. Don't take your teammate out. The Noodles behind you. I think he's seeing all the battling ahead and thinking that he can capitalise on that. I think Leon as well on the Alpine of Wesker. Wesker on the Inters was a bit slower than the cars behind him. You can see Leon is pushing him around turn 13. They'll have that DRS. Wesker will have the DRS as well. It's like a letterbox. You've got mail. Leon's in his slipstream. He's going to look into turn. No, he's not close enough. He's going to have to follow in single file again. I think that's little nudge in turn 13. He had to pull back a bit. Hampered his traction of 14. Not quite close. It's a risky move to do it down to turn 6, down to turn 6 here. And that chain has broken with Marty. With those two battling, he has actually got ahead of Looper. So he might, with a bit of clean air, break free a bit. And Noodles still. Yeah, he'll just keep up with them and take his opportunity as the race unfolds. Adam has closed the gap now on Callum. Adam, a current championship leader. Currently he's not 63 points ahead. He's 68 points ahead of Amadi, who is of course not here, so he will extend his lead if he finishes. My maths aren't... I haven't done the maths as Leon is currently 6. Luke is overtaken and Noodles has done the double overtake on Marty, who's been absolutely fucked by the DRS on this lap. He's lost a couple of positions. He's just got to keep his head and know that he can get that back on the next lap. He goes so wide, takes as much of that curve as possible. And he's lucky not to go off the grass. I've done that plenty of times myself. Leon is right on the gearbox of Maranello. You can almost taste what he had for breakfast. As Adam is ploughing these fastest laps in. 2.7 seconds behind Callum. He's going to be eking for this race win. He hasn't had one he's only had 2 this season. But he has managed to finish on the podium for all the races apart from the sprint. I'll be absolutely chomping for that race win as Leon is looking for the overtake on the outside of turn 1. It should be an easy move. Does a big switch back, and that was an aggressive switch and makes that move. Maranello, very good driver. Didn't do any late braking, otherwise we would have seen carbon fibre everywhere. And Wesker looking with intent. Not quite close enough himself. Noodles, now the leader of the RB train, showing the junior team how it's done. Bit quiet race here from Katamise. I predict he's probably not got the most the most positive setup for this track. He tends to run as close to 0-0 wings as possible, but for this track it's an absolute nightmare. So I think he's completely off the pace. He just has to keep it clean, really. And that early pit stop did hamper. There's no chance of an undercut for him at all. Terry's running a bit of his own race, but Dan is right behind us. Marisnello and Leon battling again, and Leon has to give up that place, and we'll look again at the next DRS zone to take that place back. Wesker again, hoping for some sort of mistake to happen, but with those two battling, has brought the Noodle, Looper and Marty train on board. Choo choo, let's go. Aye. Oh, Marty going a little bit wide. If that was a wet track, he'll be in the wall. As Adam gets another pass back, and he's just over 2 seconds now behind. I can imagine him absolutely sweating. He'll be sweating like Anne Frank wearing tap shoes. Looper, I think he's got that DRS. He does. But I think Leon will be looking to make this, so you can see him how effective that DRS is. Look on the outside of turn 1. Makes his mind up really early. Little bit of tap for. I'm not looking at ARS, mate. Or maybe later on. It's a bit too early in the race to look at everyone's DRS. It gives away people's strategies. That is Portuguese Beast, of course, on holiday. His RB seat taken by Marty this week. But thank you for joining us on the beach. If it was me, I would not be watching YouTube, but each their own. Leon on the curb, losing a bit of traction. Marisnello may look to make the overtake early. DRS going down to turn 11. Noodles and Wesker's quite loose on the inside, but has to slot behind. Very seasoned driver. Knows that's not the right move to make it there. Otherwise you'll have no wing left. And you are, of course, in the Red Bull. Flaps are open again, and it's Marisnello's time again. Goes on the outside of turn 1. Oh, a little bit of a tap there. And Noodles, Wesker battling. Noodles have got the inside of turn 3, has to slot behind the Alpine. Otherwise he would have ended up on the curb and on the grass and in the wall. And not a good kind of wall, not an Oasis wall. Did you get tickets for Oasis? Did you even try? To be fair, I can listen to Oasis. I won't say I'm not their biggest fan, but if you got tickets, would you be one of those ones that just knows Wonderwall? That old meme. Terry's going a bit offline, and loses a few more tenths there to Katamis. But these hard runners looking to go to the end, so their race may come to them in about 10 laps time. Is that Leon? Leon on the outside. Oh, that's inside. I think that's a lapping kick Melody there. Melody just slowing down, letting the cars pass. Ghosting is on, but it's still in people's vision, so well done to Melody. And he is practicing really today, actually. We also. But his train's still going. Marty now, the one pushing it along. Leon the one pulling the carriages. Front 2 to maintain that 2-second gap now. Adam's probably, well, I think if Callum anything like last week, I think he did a bit of tyre management, so he might be doing the same with Adam. So it is the mid race portion of this race, so we'll probably see a few laps pumped at the end. But they have dropped Bars, who's comfortable P3. As long as he doesn't clip a curb or anything, he should be comfortable with that podium again. As Maranello has now taken back P5. They're yo-yoing up and down. They're like a club like Derby or Burnley. They're up and down like horse draws. Wesker has overtaken Noodles as well. Any one of these cars, you can't pinpoint which position they're going to finish in. Even Marty here, he just needs a bit better traction off a corner. Oh, Luca right on the gearbox of Noodles. I think Noodles went a little bit wide on turn 7. And they're bunched up. That would work, and that would potentially force them to do that strategy if they weren't considering it. But Luca and Wesker, they're on the hard, so they'll potentially look at try and go to the end. So I think it's a good 19-20 second stop. So if you'd have to do it now, and I think Marty's he did, and he's got an Italian hand gesture for speeding in the pit lane. Ah, it's my biggest bugbear. Oh my God, just brake a little earlier. Oh, for God's sake. So the advantage of trying to do an undercut and doing those newer tyres is just completely out the window for him. Absolutely fucked it. And he should get out just ahead of Dan. And he goes, oh, he saw Dan come in, tried to block him and cross the white line. What an absolute numpty. Oh my God. Oh. Well, what can you say? It can be tricky sometimes. This track is quite difficult. It's almost as difficult as trying to get piss out of a pool. Marty has made that overtake on Dram Morris now. Damn, looking inside and they both touch. And it is. Leon's back on the outside. Can Wesker follow through as well? Not just in his pants. No, he can't. Still single file behind. We have dropped one with Marty though. He could potentially join this train again, but he's got that penalty. He's got a double penalty. Rookie mistake then. But if you look closer, Adam has closed the gap now to 1.6 seconds. Putting pressure on Callum. Callum has looked strong the last few races since he's joined us. Added some extra competition for Adam, but Adam now showing his worth, showing why he's leading this league, and potential champion. He's closing this gap. Barcelona, like I said, running his own race, same now as AJ, running his own race and is just comfortable P4. Very consistent driver if he's left on his own. He'd normally lose his positions from contact from other drivers, but I'd be happy pumping some extra laps. I think he said that he's turned his ABS off, so a bit of practice for him today as well, and no better practice than P4 as Wesker has made the move on Maranello down to turn 1. Will Maranello fight back? He's not close enough, so Leon kept his position at P5, but Wesker's the one that's now capitalised on those hard tyres. And that'll be a great move for the Alpine team, who again leading the way in the constructors. Yeah, these medium runners are not going to go another 10 laps. They're not going to go another, so they're going to have to pit. And I think Wesker will have to pit as well. I think those cars will wear off. As Cygate has got that Italian hand as well. Italian hand gesture for speeding in the pit lane. Stop doing it. Oh. Will one of these make the move? Leon is ahead. I'd like to think that he would be the one to do it. Who's going to do it? No one. They're all fainting. All single file. Is anyone close enough? No, not right now. But what a battle they've got here. As Wesker got better traction after the exit turn 1. Looking on turn 3. No, not quite. Yep, where you have to get someone to defend the inside to be able to get the launch off turn 3 to make the move. And no one's actually good to do that. He has, and I think those two, I think they're doing a bit of time management here. I think they're pushing each other to potentially try and go to the end. With Barca and AJ, they've got nothing really to lose. They can pit and comfortably finish in the same positions that they're in. It might put pressure on the front two if they do, but hard call. If I was in their position, I don't know what I'd do. I'd pit. I would pit. I definitely. Oh, Wesker's made the move. And I think there is contact with Marisnello. Marisnello made a late move on the inside of turn 1. And with the late braking. And we've got a yellow flag coming out of turn 12. Who was that? And it's Kick Melody. No, is it Kick Melody? It is Kick Melody. It's his car. It looks like he's got wing damage as well. Alan's carried on. Adam too. So as Noodles and his teammate battling. Noodles ahead into turn 10. As that is another yellow flag. Is it the Red Bull? Oh, I don't know. A bit of contact maybe. Or is it Marisnello? I don't know. Anyway, it's gone. Looper's got ahead of his teammate up to P5 now. Leon's got to pit. He's done 20 laps. He's not going to do another 8 laps, I think that is. He's still going. Whoa, and he's going to do the overtake on his teammate on the inside of turn 1. Left plenty of room. Very respectful. The Noodles have better traction off the corner. And he is ahead going into turn 2. And a single file. Marisnello's dropped back a bit. I think it's Wesker. Was that contact with Marisnello? He's dropped a bit down. I think it was. Wesker got ahead of the Red Bull down in turn 1. Had the turn in, and it was a late break-in by Marisnello, who tried to fill the same space. And both of them ended off worse off, so I think potentially that might be something that I'll head towards the steward's room. I don't want to push it, but I have that gut feeling. Katami's now not far off, 4.7 seconds, but he's going to go to the end. He is the type of driver that will go to the end on the hards. And we'll see what he can do. Aye, as long as they don't take each other out. And oh, that was a feint by Noodles. Oh, he had me going then as well. I thought, oh, Red Bull's going in. And that's Looper on the outside. The Red Bulls are going to have to follow suit. Oh, the RB, that's, they all begin with RBs. And he's made that move stick. Great move by Looper. And that's brought Marisnello back in play as well. So we've got that 4 train that we wanted to see again. Leon's got back ahead of Noodles. So Noodles lead in 2 places. Oh, it makes me retch a bit when they try and overtake through there. We saw Katami's earlier in the race try and do it and almost go flying, and that was in the wet. Oh, nah. I ain't got the nerves for that. Right, we've got 7 laps left. These guys are going to the end. They would have pit by now. Whoa. Whoa. That. And we'll look at the great view here from the cameraman. And it gives us a better idea of who's got the better view. And they're all fainting again who's going in. Following that slipstream, the Leon looking in the outside of turn 1, which Lupa did on the last lap. And very respectful driver from the pair again. And Leon's made that one stick. And it seems like that's the place to be. To make your move, as Marty's done it again. Oh, this guy needs lessons on braking. As Terry's goes through. Up to P11. And Amako 1.5 seconds behind now, so it's tittering round, it's getting close, he's teasing us. But it all depends who's got the... And Sygate managed to go through on Marty. Marty has had to serve his penalty, of course. One of many. Can you only serve one penalty at a time? Am I right, or can you serve, does it serve multiple? I'll have a look. It's one, yeah. He's still got 20. So he's had to serve one, but he's gone on the softs. Potentially trying to look to set a fastest lap, maybe. We should get a point for that. As Katamise is going in the pits now, we'll probably be doing the same, jumping on softs to set a fastest lap. Surpassed my expectations of his run to the end. Maybe that gives us an indication of how bad the tyre wear could be. Especially on Leon, 24 laps currently on the mediums. Doing well to keep with the drivers around him. Got a bit of a gap, and Barca is pitting. Oh no, Barca! Oh no, Barca! Thankfully, he's got that 15-second gap on AJ. So he'll look to overtake him on track. And he'll have a bit of an advantage. But if AJ doesn't pit, he's going to have to get 10 seconds up the road from him. Otherwise, that podium will be AJ's. So that's a bit of... that's thrown a bit of a spanner in Barcelona's race. Marty makes the overtake on Podolski. Podolski's... He's got to be over a second lap quicker on fresher type. 24 lap newer tyres? Possible. He's got to get past him though, which he should if he just bides his time. So track limits there from Kick. If he just bides his time and makes the move in the correct place. As Callum pits. Callum has pit onto softs. And that was... Done it into turn 11. So he's made the move early. He's got to get 10 seconds up the road as Marty sets that fastest lap and showing what pace is in those newer tyres. Callum has got to make up 17 seconds now with fresh softs as AJ drives in the pits. He probably thought that he's probably going to go for... I can't call who's going to finish and who's going to pit or not. Is this tyre wear just playing its part now? Because AJ's dropping down the order on fresher tyres, but he's got to get past this train, which is going to be difficult with 5 laps to go. He's not going to get close enough to as Kathleen sets fastest lap. It will get eclipsed by the following drivers when they followed him into the pits. Lupa, the leader of this train, he's not going to break into that 10 seconds, of course, because Barcelona's on pressure tyres, so Barcelona will have that P3. He needs to keep an eye on how quick Callum is, but I don't think he's going to be quick enough to catch up with Adam. Surely, even on fresh softs. Skids around turn 11's curb. Look at that train he's got behind him. And AJ how's his laps pumping? Couple of 3 He's just made half a second up on 2 corners. As Leon wasn't close enough. I think they're lapping Podolski there, coming out the pits. Should be okay. Yeah, I know. It's like, what's he going in again for? Oh. Well, Adam, seeing Callum jump in the pits, I think Adam will have plenty of tyre wear to go to the end. As Luke's Catamies, he'll be absolutely chuffed. That is, I think, Kick's car letting cars past as Callum sets that fastest lap for 1:10.5, so it'll be an extra point for him currently. Adam will be absolutely chuffed. He'll be as happy as a seagull with a bag of chips. Callum's there's no way he's going to get him, so that's your top 3, I'm thinking, at the moment, unless something crazy happens. Looper currently in P4. Leon's got to get past him and get 3 seconds up the road to claim that P4. But Noodles, Marisnello and Wesker and AJ's close in now as well. So we've got Leon has made the overtake as Podolski's overtaken Marty, jumped in the pits as well. Oh, side by side, the Aston. Oh no, it's a Ferrari again that's come out of the pits. And is that a yellow flag? Dan Morris was that went off? I think Dan Morris went off on turn 10. It's a bit of a sore race for him. I'm fresh off, so he's going to be absolutely racy. We are on the penultimate lap. Looks on the inside. Oh, that's a break late of colliding with his mate Wesker. That Ferrari is in the way of everyone. Makes it confusing for us too. We're all single fire and... oh, AJ, look at the outside. What an overtake. Double overtake on the outside of turn 12 as they were single file and couldn't go anywhere. Great overtake. It's one of the overtakes of the race, that. Look on the inside now of Noodles. Makes that stick with a switchback. DRS will be open as well. Wow. Great set of corners. And Leon and Looper getting back up to P4. AJ. He's on fresher tyres as AJ side by side down these S-bends. Oh, makes that one stick on the inside of turn 7. And Leon's had to give that up. Great racing from those pair. I've seen many accidents happen, and AJ, so in the space of a lap, is he lapping to overtaking potentially 5 cars. Look on the outside now, turn 10, squeezed by Looper, but will have the DRS on the inside of turn 11, and again has made that move stick. Looper's not giving it up, but has to concede, and wow, what a few corners there from AJ, and it shows. Whoa. Whoa. You love to see that. Imagine if they did that on real life F1. Whoa. As Looper on the final lap has made the overtake, squeezed AJ on the exit of turn 1 and has retaken the position up to turn P4. Dan Morris overtaking Sygate down turn 8, I think that was. Adam, sorry. Adam's won it. Sorry, Adam, but congratulations. You've won the race and potentially the championship. I'll have to work that out. Callum comes home in P2, but plenty of action later on down the lap. As AJ has been overtaken by Looper and Leon. Can he take those positions back? Barcelona coming home for his 2nd consecutive podium in P3. Congratulations to him. Looper won't be close enough to take that position, but is that his position? It won't be Leon's because he's got the penalty, but can AJ? He's not close enough to take Leon either. So Looper, I think, will come home in P4, getting pushed over the line by another car. I think that's his compatriot. P4, AJ goes to P5 with the penalties. Wesker up to P6. Noodles up to P7, and Leon Penalties drops him down to P8 with him being so close. Terry's is up to P8. Leon's dropped so far down. Well, how come he had massive penalty getting over the track limits? Marisnello up to P9. Leon P10. Catamese P11. So, Marty pushing Looper over the line to get him that P4. Wow. What a finish to the race we had there. Whew. I'm absolutely sweating from that. Whoa. That was almost a clusterfuck that. But an absolute amazing finish. That last third. And AJ added excitement into his finishing race. He could just carried on. And we'll mention to Leon. We'll skip that because Codemasters doesn't like to do both the podium and the order. So congratulations to Adamako getting his win that he's been drastically after for the whole of the season. I think he got a couple at the start, but we're on race 9 and he's got it. Well done. Callum coming home P2 and the fastest lap. Barcelona, well done, getting his second consecutive P3. Looper, well done to him, P4. He'll be absolutely chuffed with that. AJ P5, great storm to him on his soft tyres. Wesker P6. Noodles, home race P7. Probably hope for a bit better, but be happy. Terry's P8. Marisnello P9. And Leon ran off the top 10. Catamese P11. Dan Morris P12. Sygate 13. Podolski 14. Marty P15. Melody P16. And Try with us now, DNFing. What did you think of that? Enjoy that? Is it better watching than racing? Or are you going to be on the track next week?
I think I'll be on the track next week.
Oh. Well.
It was just a disappointing race, but as you know, like in real life, that's when it happens. Yeah,
and it's Britain. I can't promise that it's going to be dry again. But, Melody, watch it back, mate. It was very entertaining. And like I say, next week, race 10 will be at Silverstone. This is Lights Out League Racing. I've been Alex. I've been joined, thankfully, by Tristan. First time of the season where I've had a co-commentator. Hopefully I don't have you on next week because hopefully you'll be on track. But if you do, you're more than welcome to. Hopefully, if you do jump out, then you're more than welcome to join me again. But I bid you adieu. I'd say peace out to everybody. Thank you very much. Goodbye.